Okay. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, could you please read the special town board meeting notice?
Certainly. Members of the Town Board, special Town Board meeting Tuesday, October 1st, 2024 at 10 a.m. Please be advised that pursuant to Section 62 of Town Law, a special Town Board meeting will be held both in person in the Town Board Meeting Room, Southampton Town Hall, 116 Hampton Road, Southampton, New York, and via video conferencing on Tuesday, October 1st, 2024 at 10 a.m. for the purpose of considering the following. Presentation of the Supervisor's tentative 2025 budget to the Town Board by the Town Clerk, pursuant to Town Law 106.3. Maria Z. Moore, Supervisor, September 24th, 2024.
Thank you. And would you please call the roll?
Supervisor Moore.
Present.
Councilwoman McNamara.
Present.
Councilman Iacilli.
Present.
Councilman Pell.
Present.
Councilman Scavone.
Present.
Very exciting moment.
This
ceremony
for
is
you.
passing over budgets.
An old typewriter.
Thank you.
Calm it down.
Get your work out today.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's why they put it over there. Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My
Well
pleasure.
done. Well, I'm just, I have a budget message that's very lengthy. It's in the front of the book, but I'm just going to hit some highlights from that today and let everyone know that I'm very proud to present this budget, and it's a fiscally responsible plan. It addresses our community's immediate needs and lays the groundwork for a prosperous future for the town. It reflects our shared values and safety, sustainability, and strong community services. So the annual budget, as I'm sure you all know, includes an operating and a capital budget. The operating budget provides for funding for expenses required to run the town in the coming year. This includes salaries for our employees and each department, such as police and public safety, highway, parks, beaches. It keeps our roads and other critical town infrastructure safe and secure, and supports town programs such as our senior and youth services program and our vital IT infrastructure. The capital budget funds long-term projects such as infrastructure maintenance, facilities enhancements, parks and recreation, and certain long periodic equipment acquisitions. So as supervisor, it's my responsibility to create and publish this tentative budget for the public and my colleagues on the board to review and to recommend changes before the final budget is adopted on November 20th. The Town of Southampton's 2025 budget includes several key initiatives aimed at addressing the immediate and long-term needs of the town. So as an overview, there's 4 categories. The first is prioritizing public safety. What this budget does is strengthens our police force by adding 4 police officers and funding 2 new sergeant promotions, thereby enhancing patrol supervision and enabling us to respond effectively to the increasing demands for service, traffic enforcement, and sector coverage. I've spoken with the chief also about expanding our school resource officer program. I showed him what we have in West Hampton Beach, or what I have in West Hampton Beach, for the school resource officers, which is a different way of doing things than in the town. Here we just have one officer that goes to all the schools and pretty much just does the DARE program. And the distinction is if we have a school resource officer that provides more functions to the school and is more collaborative with the administrations at the schools, and the school would pay for that portion of the salary for when the officer is present in the school district, and then the officer would be available to the town during the summer months when we need the increased coverage. So the chief's looking into that and talking to some of the school districts about it, and he's confident that there's going to be some grant funding available. So we'll see where that goes. Recognizing that code enforcement is integral to public safety, the budget allocates funds for an additional ordinance inspector and a town investigator. And this increases our on-the-ground presence and allows for expanded coverage, including extended hours. The budget provides for the investment in town-wide communication upgrades, providing $700,000 to improve coordination across public safety, parks, and highway. And additionally, $840,000 has been earmarked to upgrade the police radios for personnel and their vehicles to ensure seamless and reliable communication. The next category is sustaining and expanding our essential services. And our community's growth necessitates that our programs and services evolve to meet new demands. So the budget prioritizes the completion of ongoing projects and the repair of existing infrastructure to ensure the longevity and efficacy of the town's assets. And that was one of the things that I tried to focus on, is like, what are the projects that are in progress? Let's finish those before we embark on new projects. And so that is accomplished in this budget. We've made strategic investments in the park department, including playground improvements in East Quogue Village Green, design planning for the Hampton West Park enhancements, field expansion at Iron Point Park, and structural repairs and parking at the Poxabog Golf Center, and a renovated skate park at Red Creek Park, which is the last piece of that puzzle. There's been a lot of upgrades at Red Creek Park, and this is the last thing that needs to get done so that the entire park would be renovated. The budget addresses vital infrastructure needs with funding allocated for the Baycrest bulkhead replacement and the first phase of the Noyak Road paving and upgrades to the Noyak storage barn. Recognizing the importance of our senior community, the budget allocates funds for a new senior citizen nutrition center manager and provides funding for the West Hampton Senior and Community Center, ensuring that our seniors have access to important services and recreational opportunities. And the budget adds positions in crucial departments such as highway, housing, engineering, and waste management. We actually added 14 new positions this year, and it's more than in the past, but it's important because we need people to address all the needs that we're encountering. So the next category is smart fiscal planning for a secure future, and the budget reflects a commitment to responsible long-term planning. The one thing that we're doing now this year differently is funding recurring operational expenses through the operating budget rather than solely relying on borrowing. So we're reducing future debt and interest payments and saving taxpayer dollars in the long run. So it seemed that there were a lot of things that we were borrowing money for that reoccurred annually, and like road paving and drainage and culverts and
Projects.
so I thought that those annual expenses should be reflected in the operating budget, and then we don't have to borrow the funds and pay interest over time. The budget prioritizes attracting and retaining qualified town employees by providing for increases in salaries this year for the administrative personnel, and next year for the union employees when we negotiate their contracts. That'll be dealt with separately, but this year we provided for the non-union employees by offering, and we do offer competitive benefits packages, And this ensures that we can continue to provide high-quality services to our restaurants. Did I just say restaurants? Residents.
Resident.
And those two.
It's difficult to have, to retain employees and hire new employees, so we needed to give some salary bumps. The town is commencing a comprehensive plan update, which is something that I've talked about a lot, and I think it's important, and now there's money in the budget for that, in the capital budget, so that we can update what has been in existence since 1999. Although there've been Hamlet studies, we haven't actually updated the comprehensive plan, and I consider it a roadmap for the town's future. The updated plan will address all the issues facing the town and the need for smart, balanced growth to allow for an even-handed approach to land preservation and affordable housing, and ensuring that the town remains vibrant and desirable place for generations to come. And so lastly, with the financial stability, we're committed to providing these essential services and trying to also have responsible taxation. The 2025 tentative budget sets the tax rate at 1.5305, which is going to result in an increase of $140 for each home assessed at $1 million. And the increase will allow us to keep pace with rising costs, particularly in employee health insurance and pension obligations, while maintaining a high level of service to our constituents. I will note that the health insurance increase for this year alone is 6%. It was 10% last year. Workers' compensation insurance has increased 10%, and the retirement contributions increased 6%. So, there's a lot of costs that the town has to incur. But once again, we've earned the highest credit rating, AAA, from Standard & Poor's, as set forth in their investor report dated September 19th, 2024. And this is a testament to the town's strong financial management, ample reserves, manageable debt, and conservative funding practices. So that's just an overview highlighting the core elements of the budget. Very detailed document, and as you can see from the size of it, it will be converted to a preliminary budget at the next meeting on October 3rd, and then public hearings have been scheduled for October 22nd and November 12th. And then the final budget must be adopted by the board on or before November 20th. And I just want everyone to know that this is a result of collaboration effort incorporating input from the comptroller's office with Dorothy and Kathleen. I mean, it was an amazing collaboration, and we met we had a lot of meetings to go through it all. And so I'm so grateful to them for that, and the town staff, department heads, and of course my colleagues on the board. It's an honor to work alongside all of you dedicated men and women as we serve our community. And thank you to the residents of Southampton. Your voice matters, and I encourage you all to review the budget document online and participate in the upcoming public hearings. And together we can ensure that Southampton continues to be a thriving community for all.
Thank you, Supervisor.
You're very welcome. Thanks. So at the next meeting, I think that's when you'll.
I would just like to say
Questions?
that I'd like to commend you, Supervisor, for all the time that you've put into this. I know, when I come here in the morning, your car's there. When I leave at night, your car is there. You've put a lot of time working with our various agencies, and I just want to commend all the effort that you put into this budget, and I know that you work really hard. So thank you.
Well, it's such an important document. I appreciate that. Thank you. And
you'll true what he said.
Thanks. So you'll have some time now, not too much time, unfortunately, but some time to review it, and then we can have questions answered at the meeting on Thursday. And you're welcome, of course, to make changes by resolution along the way as we go, and we'll hear from the public and see what they have their comments. So that brings us to the public portion section of the meeting. Is there anybody that would like to be heard? Kevin, is there anyone on Zoom? All right, well, if no one else has any other comments, then I move to close the meeting.
I just want to say thank you to Dorothy and Kathleen for all your work on this budget as well.
They work very hard.
Yeah, and our CRC department for all this printing and organization. All right, well, thank you everyone for coming, and I move to close the meeting.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.